Hey everybody, it's Carl. Welcome back to the channel. We're in the dining room. That means we're here for another hot sauce review. Before I get started, I want to say I hope everybody's having a great week. Mine's been pretty good. Staying busy at work and definitely getting back into the exercise and healthy eating routine. And I got to tell you, hot sauces have been helping for sure. So what are we going to be trying tonight? Well, tonight we're going to be trying two new products. One of them is a hot sauce, and it is the Blind Salamander Indian Bhut Jolokia hot sauce. These are made here in Texas by the Blind Salamander Spice Company here in Austin, and these are available at, or at least where I get this one, Walmart. This was actually a gift from my sweet lady. And she got this for me back in February, right around the time I was due to have a colonoscopy. So I think it was really kind of a mean trick. But anyway, we're going to be trying that out today. And we're also going to be trying stocking stuffer that I got this year. Some Carolina Reaper beef jerky made by the ATX homemade jerky company. Once again, another Texas company. They use Texas beef made in Elgin, Texas, which is relatively close to me, maybe a 30-45 minute drive. So very happy with this. I'm going to be eating 1 ounce of that, so that's what that looks like. First time trying that as well. And what are we eating these delicious foods with? Well, healthy, boring food. Let's be honest, it is. I did my best to season it up. It tastes good, but it definitely needs a little kick. One hamburger patty. That is ground chuck roast, I believe. 2 servings of asparagus, 150 grams of white potatoes. This meal comes in at around 400 calories, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 481 calories. So, plus the 40 calories here, so just over 500 calories total. Got a good amount of protein. I don't know the breakdown for you, but that's okay. Got some water on standby just in case. I still can't find my little porcelain spoon, so we'll just be using plastic today. I know it's not the best, but it is what it is, right? So let's get going. Ingredients: distilled vinegar, red habaneros. It says red habanero mash, so that's red habanero peppers, salt, Jolokia pepper, salt, water, and garlic. It's got some mustard, vinegar, sea salt, turmeric, onions, xanthan gum, which is just a thickener, cumin, black pepper, and salt. So no sweetener in this that I can see. Now granted, the print is very small and my eyes are getting worse every day because I'm getting old. So no sweeteners, nothing to cut the heat. So this could be a pretty spicy sauce. So let's see. Bottle comes with a restrictor. I smell a little bit of garlic. You can definitely smell the pepper. All right, let's see. Oh, you're gonna have to shake it out. All right, that's about a tablespoon worth, or teaspoon, I should say. Right off the bat, it's chunky. There's seeds and chunks of pepper. I don't know if you can kind of make that out in the bottle. It's got a very tingly front forward spice. It's got a great flavor. It's got a high vinegar component and a high salt component, but not to be outdone by the heat. As I'm sitting here, the heat is continuing to build. It hits you right off the bat. You can feel the sting. You can feel the burn. And then as you sit, it just kind of simmers. And then it's starting to mellow out like even. It's got a nice flavor, like I said, very, very high vinegar, high salt, but you can taste the peppers individually. You can taste the Bhut Jolokia, which is kind of like a ghost pepper. You can taste the habanero. It's nice. It's nice. We'll just put a couple dabs around the whole plate. Like I said, it's chunky. It's got some seeds. I think we'll show you this piece of asparagus with a big old seed on it. So that definitely kicks up the heat factor. Delicious. So anyway, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Back to work this week after the holidays. So far so good, staying pretty busy. We're about to jump back into the vaccine efforts for the inmates at the local jail. So that should be interesting. You know, being in the healthcare field, we're still dealing with the virus of unnameable origin and all its variants, which is fine. We're trying to be smart and be diligent. I know it's frustrating for us because information keeps changing. I can only imagine how frustrating it is for kind of people in the general public who don't have access or don't know where to go for all the information or the latest information. So they're relying on news, which may or may not be the most reliable source these days. But it's definitely picking up again. Luckily, we're kind of prepared since it's not our first rodeo, so things aren't as bad as they could be. What's also not as bad as it could be is this meal. Like I said, it's boring, it's standard, it's roasted potatoes with a little bit of olive oil and some salt-free seasoning. Some ground beef formed into a patty, kind of cooked on a stovetop grill. A little overcooked, but that's probably from microwaving. Still relatively moist. Seasoned simply with a little salt, a little pepper, a little beef seasoning, and a Mexican adobo seasoning. And then just steamed asparagus from frozen. So nothing to write home about there. But this is kind of what I'm doing right now to kind of get back into the habit of eating proper portions, good combinations of protein, carbohydrates, and vegetables. And I know from experience, this is the easiest way for me to control my caloric intake. Keeping my calories down around 1,800 a day, which is it's a pretty significant reduction from what I had been consuming, because I was way high on calories. If I had to guess, I was probably eating close to 3,000 or above 3,000 calories a day, just in fast food, snacks, and drinking calories, beer and soda, and things like that. So this is a pretty drastic reduction, but this will help me get a good amount of weight off in a short amount of time, and then I can kind of play with my caloric intake to kind of hit a slower pace, because right now, like, I can feel the effects of carrying all this extra weight. 290 pounds is way too heavy for me. I'm tired going upstairs, like daily activities like make me huff and puff. Things that should be relatively easy, like bending over to tie my shoes or clip my toenails, has become a chore, which is pretty embarrassing. So I want to get a good chunk of this weight off very quickly, so that I can get out of that feeling, having those kind of issues. And so there you go. That's kind of that, as far as that goes. And I've got a big hike I don't know if I mentioned it on this or the shaving channel, but some friends and I from work are going to go hike the tallest point in Texas, which is around 9,000 feet worth of elevation. It's about 5 miles each way up and down, where you gain all that elevation. And excuse me, I need to make sure that I am at least in good enough shape to finish that hike. So rucking, doing stairs, resistance training, and trying to get as much of this weight off as possible before the end of April. So that's the weight loss update and all that good stuff. But we're here to talk about hot sauce. So, about the hot sauce. On the burger, on the beef, it does give a nice little kick, a little flavor enhancement. It doesn't the heat is enough to where there's some seeds. It doesn't overpower the meat, so it's a good balance. It is a very decent sauce to enhance flavors without overpowering them with the flavor of the peppers and the heat. It's a nice complement. That's very good. As you see, I'm starting to sniffle already. I'm getting a little sweat on my brow. It's a spicy sauce for sure. Same thing with the potatoes. It adds a little kick to the potatoes without drowning out the flavor of the potato. Very happy with that. Very good. And here we go. Like, the more I eat, like, the more it's kicking in. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I've got a feeling that this would be fantastic on like some eggs or some fried chicken or some chicken wings. Oh, definitely gonna have to try that. This is good. I'm happy with this sauce. Definitely. I wish, like I said, it was a gift, so I don't know what the cost is. I don't know if it's available at all the Walmarts across the country or just here locally. But the Blind Salamander, they have other hot sauces available. I walk by the display whenever I'm grocery shopping. They have other sauces available. They have Scorpion. They have some ghost pepper. I think they may have a Carolina Reaper, and then they have a bunch of marinades and hot wing sauces too. So I'm definitely going to be checking out other items from that company. One, it supports local. Two, so far, it's a very good product. Fantastic. Well, what else has been going on in the new year? I hope it's treating you well. Like I said, mine's been pretty uneventful. Back to work, back to exercising, back to eating right. But I'm happy, and I'm relatively healthy, so I can't complain. And you guys who've been following the channel for a little while know that I don't really make resolutions, although I tend to make goals for myself, and some people don't give me grief because they say that goals and resolutions are the same thing. Well, I don't believe they are, because to me a goal is something that you work to attain, but a resolution is something that you decide that you want to change. And I don't know if those are textbook definitions, but in my brain that's how that works. So I'm all about goals. My goal is to get this weight off, and I'm going to try and do that by keeping my calories under control. My goal is to make 4 workouts a week. I'm sorry, 5 workouts a week. 3 of those being rocking workouts, 2 of those being resistance workouts. So weights and stuff like that. Read a book a month. Which I usually, that's one that I make every year, and I have a big trouble with that one because I'm a very slow reader. I'm very easily distracted by TV and YouTube and things like that. And I usually get about 4 to 6 books in for the year, and then I lose it and never quite finish. So this year I'm going to try it again. That's my goal. So far I'm reading, I'm in about 50 pages into a 400-page book. Excuse me. So we'll see if I can get that one finished by the end of the month. And then, as always, spend more time with my lady friend. That's kind of the way that goes. that's always a given because, I mean, who doesn't want to spend as much time as possible with a beautiful woman, right? So there's that. And I do want to get back into the habit of being a little bit more regular with making my YouTube videos. I know I've said that in the past, but I really do. Maybe not shave videos, but kind of vlog updates and hot sauce reviews. And I'll still do some shave videos here and there. But to be honest, like, I still love wet shaving. But once again, it's like I'm not watching a lot of wet shaving videos, so I can't expect the guys and gals out there to watch my wet shaving videos. And also, I'm still not buying a ton of new gear. Like, I'm trying not to do that. I was talking with Manny at SoCal Shaves, and we were talking about making YouTube content and things like that. And he said when I was doing a month straight of the same soap, like, he enjoyed watching and he would still tune in, but like in the back of his head, he was like, man, this guy's got to be tired of that soap. And so, like, another one of my goals this year is to finish another product from beginning to end. And, you know, I know that's not exciting. Like, what makes shaving videos exciting is just like what makes hot sauce reviews exciting, like trying a new sauce, experiencing something different, talking about something new. And since that's not where my attention and my money is going, I know those videos can be kind of dull. So, anyway, all right, fantastic. And you may say, Carl, what's the difference between us watching you eat some hot sauces and try and so I guess what's going to be the difference to keep me from, like, I'm not buying a ton of shave stuff? Does that mean I'm going to be buying a lot of hot sauces? Well, two things about that. One, hot sauces are easier to finish than shave soaps. So they'll rotate through quickly, so it's a little easier, more space efficient, and in my brain more cost efficient to buy and use hot sauces rather than shave soaps. And they're more, I think the videos are more fun for me anyway. All right, that's going to be about the last of my dinner. I know this video is kind of dragging on. I've got a few bites left of asparagus, a little bit of meat, and a little bit of potatoes. But I want to cleanse the palate and do a quick take on this ATX homemade Southern Reaper jerky. And this is all natural grass-fed beef made in Elgin, Texas. And the ingredients: Angus beef, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, ATX seasoning salt. So that's their own proprietary blend of salt, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, turmeric. It's got cayenne pepper, hickory powder, sea salt, and Carolina Reaper pepper. So, very cool Christmas gift came in my stocking, and I am excited to try it. It's got a nice beef jerky texture. Can't really smell the Reaper to me. I'm not a huge fan of Reaper, and I can definitely usually pick out the scent. But in this one, what I get is the jerky, the smoke flavor, or the smoke scent. You know, as far as beef jerky goes, this one's actually very tender. It's not super tough, which is always nice. Salty, tender, melts in your mouth, like easy to chew. I'm not getting a ton of heat. I can't taste. I don't taste the Reaper at all. There's a touch of spice starting to kick in the back of the throat, the back of the tongue. It's a very slow kind of building, spicy, tangy heat. It's not overpowering. It's not super hot, but you can feel the tingle. I am getting a little sweaty. I don't know if that's from this or from this. I'd be willing to say it's from the jerky because the hot sauce was kind of starting to really mellow out. My mouth was almost back to normal. But this is a spicy jerky. Not overpowering, not terrible, not hot. But there's a little spice. You can tell that there's some spice in this. And it would probably be a little bit much for the average non-chili head eater. But it's not so spicy, it's not edible. I've had a Carolina Reaper beef jerky before that was like, a piece this big would just put me on fire. Now that bite was a little bit more spicy. I can feel that more in the back of my throat. And I think this is going to be something that as you eat more of it, that spice is really going to build. Because I'm noticing as I work through that little piece, the spice is getting more and more. But the beef jerky is amazing. Like very, very soft, very chewable, not dry, which is kind of a weird thing to say for jerky. But very good and enjoyable. That's a great snack. Probably a little higher in salt than I need to be enjoying, but it's 1 ounce is 80 calories, 1 gram of fat, 110 milligrams of sodium, no carbs, and 16 grams of protein. So that was about a ½ ounce piece that I ate. There's that spice. It really kind of catches you on the back end and just kind of a slow burn. And it tickles the back of your throat. So that's a 40 calorie piece of jerky. And I think if I ate a whole ounce, I would definitely start sweating. So very good. Great job to both of these local Texas companies. ATX Handmade Jerky and the Blind Salamander Bhut Jolokia hot sauce. Both fantastic products. They were great gifts. I'm very glad I got them. Thank you guys and gals for spending a little bit of time with me. I know it was kind of a rambly video and a little bit random, but I appreciate your support and your time. I hope you guys have a great evening, afternoon, whenever you watch this. I hope the week treats you well. And no matter what you do, go spend some time with your friends and family because it's very important. Thanks again for all your support. Have a great day. God bless. I'll see you in the next video.